Bucket. What you doing in this neck of the woods?
I told you before, Lode, and I'm telling you again. Latitude Bucket's my name, and I live up to it. I've taken a lot of territory.
Well, in that case, did you see June at the mine?
No, but I saw her at Kanasket.
Well, if you're going that way, I'll be riding with you.
Oh, I saw some other people, though.
Yeah?
Yes, Corporal Wayne and Constable Moselle. They're sort of on parade or something like that, it is.
A parade and inspection, you mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what about?
Well, I wouldn't know. No, Frenchie was kind of excited and got very impolite. Told me to keep going, and I did.
Well, if you see June, tell her I'll be at the mine.
Okay. Oh, here.
We'll never be able to get down that mine without rail with Wayne as long as Frenchie covers the shaft.
Getting Frenchie from behind that box is a job. Hey, Kent, how about letting this car do it for us?
Swell idea. Just at the wrong time for us.
The wrong time for Grail, you mean?
We're gonna have to let Grail take care of himself.
That's what I'm thinking. We can't stick here.
This is it, Grail. You're under arrest. We're going up top. You first.
The car, she fell down the shaft. Boom! Corporal Wayne is down there with another one of those men.
Well, let's go down and help.
Wait. Corporal Wayne, he's very considered, saving us the trouble. He brings up the men now.
Where's Grail?
Wayne's got him.
What? I'll get Taggart. You might have to ride again, so wait here.
We're in a rock layer that's really something, Taggart.
Yeah, I know it, Nick. But everything depends upon us driving this secret tunnel through the one I've got blocked off in the Bailey mine as soon as possible.
Well, if there's as much free gold in there as you say.
There's more. If June Bailey and Corporal Wayne ever suspect there's still gold in June's mine, it's...
The Mounties have the best chance here of finding out what we're really up to. They've arrested Grail.
We've got some answers for Sergeant Nelson at last, sir.
I hope you'll have the case for Sergeant Nelson and Corporal Wayne when Grail is tried.
So do I, sir. As Corporal Wayne reported in his telegram, Archer worked for his father.
Decker seems to become more and more implicated with every report we receive from Kanasket. I'm beginning to feel sorry for Wayne.
Superintendent's office, Northwest Mounted Police, Sergeant Ledoux. Oh, yes, sir. It's for you, sir.
Mr. Decker. Decker, make a transfer. Yes, Mr. Decker. I want you to swear out a warrant for the arrest of a man named Archer.
Archer? In Kanasket?
Yes, I've received a threatening telegram from him. He demands $1,000 at once. Does he say what he wants it for?
Yes, it's bail for someone held in Kanasket to answer to the circuit judge.
A man named Grail?
That's the name.
Now, where's the threat? Now, here, I'll read it to you. The information I possess is vital to your welfare. Oh, an implied threat. What information?
I don't know. Anything else?
Nothing important. Just that I'm to send the money in care of someone named Latitude Bucket.
I ain't denying that my name is Latitude Bucket. But I am denying that I know anyone here or anywhere else named Archer. And I get around some, I do.
What have you got to say to that, Grail? I'm not saying anything until the circuit judge gets back from Little Bend and tries me for impersonating a mounted police officer. Not for murder. Grail planted that camping equipment in the old Bailey mine. Nobody's been hiding out there.
I was sure of it. What was your connection with Bucket down south?
Oh, you know about that, do you? Bucket and I worked for a railroad construction gang. Up here, Taggart hired...
You know all about that, Sergeant Nelson. It was strictly a business deal as far as I was concerned.
Bad business, Taggart, but it was legal. Without an order from the circuit judge, no one can go bail for you anyway. Take him back to his cell.
You're a very stubborn and very foolish man, Grail.
Thanks for permitting us to question you. Anytime at all, Sarge. Anytime at all.
Anything more I can do for you?
No, there isn't, Mr. Taggart. Sorry we had to bother you.
Not at all.
Well, we're no nearer finding out who killed June Bailey's father than we ever were.
So far, so good. Grail won't talk and we'll have him out of there before the circuit judge comes back to try him.
Sure, but how?
I'll have to see Price about it. Somebody's tried to bail him out already using Archer's name.
At least they didn't arrest you, Bucket.
No, ma'am. That telegram I had sent to Decker has them all guessing. I found out one thing I wanted to know. I got to get a regular court order as well as the money.
All we asked you to do, Mr. Bucket, was to ascertain for us if it is possible to release Grail by putting up bail for him.
We picked you because we know how you feel about Mr. Decker.
And what has any of this got to do with sending him a telegram signed by someone else?
But you told me you didn't care, as long as it was legal, how I went about getting Grail out.
In theory, you're right, but in practice, we must run no risk of being involved beyond the bail money.
Well, you won't. Have you got it?
Only 300.
I'm afraid I'll need 1,500.
I can give you the rest. but
You're not going to put up any such amount when you know you'll never get it back.
Well, in that case, mind if I speculate?
How good a gambler are you?
Better than most folks around here have any reason to suspect. I'll settle for the 300.
I came up here, June, after your father was killed to help you find his murderer. And I'm still convinced that Jackson Decker is behind things.
I know, Dilly, but I wonder if we're doing the right thing.
Your father made a great gold discovery somewhere and was killed to keep him from telling anyone about it. That gold belongs to you and you're going to have it.
Just the same, what we're planning on doing is interfering with the police.
Serves them right. They're too slow. And Wayne is Decker's son, too. Don't forget it. We've got to take a risk.
For a retired school teacher, Dilly, you've certainly become a gambler.
I've never had so much fun in my life. I wish I could be with Bucket right now at Price's.
And so we can't afford to take any more chances now. Grail isn't talking, so don't make any move. Wait till the judge gets here, tries Grail, and gives his verdict.
I'm worried about that telegram Nelson talked about. He said that Archer sent it to Decker. And that Decker was to pay the money to Bucket. Why Bucket?
Unless he sent the telegram himself.
And Bucket must know where Archer ties in with us.
Exactly. Find out what Bucket's up to. He's been useful, but we can do without him.
If you want to see a card sharp just as good as Dancer, now's the time.
As good as Dancer, there isn't any.
Don't say that until you've seen Bucket in action. He's cheating Dancer just as fast as Dancer's cheating him.
Well, this here's magic. 5 cuts each. 5 aces for you and 4 aces for me. And now this joker.
We didn't say anything about the Joker.
No, Nancy, we didn't. But I said I'd use that deck just as she was, and that's what you said you wanted.
But I didn't know the Joker was in it.
Well, you do now, and she beat you a race. I'll tell you what I'll do, Dancy. There's 600 in that pot, 300 of mine and 300 that was yours. And it says that I'll turn up a higher card than you on this cut. I'll even give you the last cut. Maybe you'll be glad the Joker's in your deck after all.
But that's off. You strip that deck. There isn't an ace or a Joker in it.
Why, that's the same as saying that I'm cheating. And how do you know unless you read the cards as you shuffled? And you know that ain't just what you'd call honest.
Hunch, that's all. I'll prove it.
Get away from that deck. Not you, Dancer. Now shove that money in that deck this way. I ain't saying that I didn't cheat. But I am saying that I did it a little better than you. That's all. And I'm taking my winnings. Why, hello, Bull. I never knowed whether you was alive or dead.
As for you, Dancer, you got exactly what you deserve. Bucket's a better card sharp than you are. Only because I didn't expect it of him.
We're pretty sure, aren't we, that Bucket, using Archer's name, tried to raise the bail money from Decker.
Tried and failed, so 10 chances to 1 to use the money you got from Dancer instead, and we're certainly not involved.
You didn't set Bucket up to this one, did you?
No, but I'll say this. I couldn't have planned it better myself. But we can't trust Bucket.
He's not putting up money for Grail for nothing.
You've got to get some more men for us.
How much time have I got?
Until Bucket gets a habeas corpus from the judge at Little Bend and brings it back to Nelson.
This is the third time in the last 36 hours I've been here for June, and you tell me she's busy. What's it all about?
Mr. Bucket, who is helping us to release Grail, has just returned from Little Bend.
You weren't reading Wayne's mind when you thought that one up.
That's what I like about you, Mackenzie. You're so frank. As for Grail, he ought to be leaving Sergeant Nelson's just about now.
If you leave Kanaska, the money that Bucket has put up for you, as well as the power of this habeas corpus, are forfeit.
Well, I don't want you stumbling over me, but I'll be around. Never expected this of you, Bucket. Sure won't forget it either.
That's what makes people interesting, Grail. You can never tell about them.
I'd never put up bail for a man like that. He'll jump it.
Well, Frenchie's following Grail and Bucket. And if he's lucky, we'll find out where Grail is really hiding out.
I hope he also finds out what Bucket's up to.
So do I, provided it doesn't turn out to be another of the false trails that Bailey's clever murderer is trying to get us to follow.
Speaking of false trails, I got here just in time. June and Mysterioso are behind Buckets getting Grail released.
Trying to wagon up the alley. I'm going to... I died on purpose. Something's gone wrong. So you better follow June. She's following Grail. I gave him a wagon so he couldn't go too fast.
I'll take that horse, miss. You two keep on the road. I'll try to catch up with June across country. I figured you'd be waiting here for me. I took the Bailey girl's horse, but she's still following me in a wagon. If that team ran away with her and something happened, they couldn't blame us.
We'll ride around the bend and wait for her.
Shooting about just now.
Somebody stopped the fireworks so Grail could skip town.
Grail.
Yes, and I went bail for him. There's gratitude for you.
How much do you have to forfeit, Bucket?
$1,000. $100 of my own, though. The other 9 I won from dancing.
Who are Grail's friends, do you know?
The only 2 I saw are dead now. I don't know either one.
What about Grail?
Well, June Bailey's following him, and Corporal Wayne, Constable Moselle, and Lord Mackenzie are following June. So maybe somebody ain't as smart as he figured.
I figured you'd be waiting here for me. I took the Bailey girl's horse, but she's still following me in a wagon.
If that team ran away with her and something happened, they couldn't blame us.
I saw that buckboard go over, I figured you were goner, sure.
You got her just in time. Where's Frenchie?
Taking a squint at that one buzzard he got, I guess.
The dead man tells me nothing. Not even his pockets. The freight with the others stops with him.
Wait a minute. Not as long as Grail rides my horse. One of the shoes has a different pattern. Blacksmith said it was better, and I've been trying it.
Maybe your interference with the law will prove to be of some help after all.
Call it interference if you like. I think I did the right thing. Dilly Cox and I were responsible for Bucket's bailing out Grail.
We know, June, so that you and Bucket could follow him. Only hitch was Bucket got caught in the crossfire.
The trail to the clever man who's behind your father's murder, June, isn't as easy as all that.
I know, Wayne, and I'm sorry, but sometimes, well...
Let me say it for you. Gossip claims my father is guilty of your father's death. And sometimes you suspect me of trying to shield Dad.
How can I help it?
By having faith in the service as it has in me. You can't find any double dealers in the records of the mounted. We'll round up my horse and the team. You, Lord, take June back to town. You and I, Frenchie, will follow the trail of that horseshoe. That's June's horse, all right. But there won't be any trail to follow in the country beyond here.
This Grail, he is smart too. He changes to the horse of the man I shot. The prints are all the same now.
Maybe this Grail isn't as smart as he thinks he is.
These words I like very much to hear them, but I do not understand.
The track has led us almost in a straight line, Frenchie, since it came down from the hills.
Oh, so if we keep on going this direction without even looking for the prints, all of a sudden we will be at
the experimental copper mine of the Decker Company.
They're through! Clear through, square to the Bailey mine.
Jackpot.
Almost pure gold.
Sure, it's always that way in the pockets.
Is there as much as you figured, Taggart?
Certainly a ton, maybe more.
At 500,000 a ton, we ain't doing bad, are we?
Your killing Bailey the night he made the strike is sure going to pay off.
It certainly is, for everybody but Decker.
Being in charge of this copper mine gave you the chance to get here at that. Hey, what about the Mounties?
Oh, Wayne saved the Bailey girl and Frenchie dropped our new man.
Well, at least you're out of jail. Were you followed?
Not as far as I know.
You come straight here?
Well, sure.
You should have detoured. We may have visitors.
I'll take care of it.
quick.
Wayne may not come here, but he probably will. And if he finds this tunnel, that'll be all for him.
So if you've seen any riders pass this way lately, they might be the ones we're after.
Sorry, I can't help it. Haven't been any riders past here in over an hour. The horses, you have some, yes? Yeah, a small string. In the corral around back. Maybe I'll look them over. Horses are around this way.
Good idea, Frenchie. You don't mind if I inspect my father's mine, do you?
That's for Mr. Taggart to say.
Hello, Corporal.
Hello, Taggart. Just the man I want to see. It's about Grail. I understand he worked for you once.
Yeah, once was enough. I heard he jumped bail, but I haven't seen him since I fired him.
Wayne wants to look for him in the mine.
Oh, he does, huh? Well, you better get a search warrant. Local gossip's doing enough for your dad's reputation as it is.
Letting me inspect this mine is the best way I know of to help my father at this time.
Oh, well, maybe you're right. I'm sorry. I'm a little edgy about the injustice we have done him, that's all.
So am I.
All right, come on.
Horses okay? If they have been ridden hard, they've also been rubbed down hard. Could have told you that myself. Wayne's inside with Taggart. Me, I stay here. With you.
These are the only two hard rock miners I can keep. The rest of them all want to look for gold. Nick, Red. That's all. I just wanted Corporal Wayne to get a good look at you.
How about this tool house?
That's the only place anybody can hide.
Thanks, Taggart. I can now say Grail isn't here and know what I'm talking about.
Man, this is the first time I ever was a delivery boy. Serves me right for passing a telegraph office. But I certainly get around, I do. That's why I'm called Attitude Bucket. I can't even keep track of myself, no sir.
Thanks, Bucket.
Nelson said that when I gave him one for Wayne.
It's from Dad. He's leaving for Kananska in the morning. He's coming in to see Taggart about selling all his mining property up here, and he wants to talk with us about the murder case.
Jackpot, joker plays for aces, straights, and flushes. The house drags for banking. So Decker's coming up here to decide whether or not he should sell out, huh? That means a thorough inspection.
I think he's also telegraphed Wayne. That'll give Wayne a chance to be in on the inspection. Let's assure he's satisfied with what he saw today.
I have to admire the Mounties for picking smart men, but I must confess it's a policy that doesn't make our job any easier.
We've got to get that gold out of there before Wayne and his dad get together.
You're a good forger, Dancer.
One of the reasons you can't do without me, Price. Who am I going to write like this time?
Two men. The telegraph operator and Corporal Wayne.
I don't get it.
Wayne doesn't know it, but he's going to send a telegram. Later on, if anybody wants to check on it, it's going to be in the telegraph company's files in his handwriting.
That won't be hard. Why the telegraphist fist?
Later on, it will be necessary for Wayne to receive a telegram, and he must be impressed with its authenticity. Sit down, we'll work out my idea.
Your son wouldn't telegraph the request, Mr. Decker, in reply to your telegram telling him that you were coming up there if he didn't have a good reason.
Well, you have greater faith in Wayne than I have.
I notice he asks you not to reply unless you can make it. Do what he wants.
You're satisfied? I am. I'm letting you decide this for me.
Don't forget that many people in Kanaska believe you were behind Bailey's murder.
Well, I'm not likely to, since my son is apparently one of them.
Untrue, Mr. Decker, and unfair. But I hope your trip helps us.
Well, if it doesn't, it won't be my fault.
Say, Nelson, what's going on?
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me, and I just heard tell how Corporal Wayne's riding somewheres for a secret meeting with his old man who got off of the boat in Little Bend.
Who told you that?
Oh, Tim. And good money, too, Tim has. First time in months. Wouldn't tell me where he got it, though, or how he knew about Wayne.
Where could Constable Moselle get a hold of old Tim now?
Well, Bucket had him in tow last, taking him to the fortune tellers.
Didn't I tell you, Tim? You can't hide anything from Miss Teriosa.
You sure can't. She sees me and says I've got money. Me, who's never had any. How does she know?
Money. Corporal Wayne.
Did I mention him?
Not to her, you didn't.
Ain't that something? But I bet you she don't know about them 2 telegrams.
Telegrams for Wayne?
You sure beat me, ma'am. The same guy give 'em both to me. He said he got the first one from Wayne.
Got it from Wayne? Oh, to deliver to the telegraph office?
Sure, where else? And he said he got the second one from the office to deliver to Wayne.
Who was this man? Whoever did the killing got away. Wayne and his father have been tricked by fake telegrams.
This we will talk about later. So when I heard old Tim had been talking, I went after him.
And stopped him from telling who gave him those telegrams, eh? Good work, Bunker.
Bucket or Mysterioso or both of them will warn Frenchie.
But Frenchie can't get to Dark Canyon in time to save Decker or Decker's son.
There he is, right on time.
All we have to do now is keep him busy.
I'm certainly glad to see you here, Dad.
Well, I never thought I'd hear you say that. Why have me meet you here?
Why didn't? I'm here because of your telegram.
I didn't send any telegram. You had told me not to reply if I could make it.
Well, I never sent you a telegram, Dad.
Uh-oh. We've walked into something.
This way, Dad.
Going on down the canyon.
Just what we want.
Let's make sure they don't get out of this.
Sounds like the old damn higher-up has let go.
Parker, how about it?
Just as you thought. Frenchie knows those telegrams are forged. So him and Bucket are riding to warn Wayne and his father they're heading into a trap.
Horses can't fly, fortunately for us, and a flood in Dark Canyon will wipe out any trace of murder. Deckers haven't got a chance.
Sounds like the old damn harp is let go!
Look at him. Wayne and his old man is above the waterline.
We're in the crossfire. Let's get out of here.
I never expected to see you here, Frenchie, and with Bucket.
Bucket? He helps me to find out the telegram you got this afternoon. She's fake. Mr. Decker, every time you come to Kanaska, the troubles, they seem to start, huh?
Seems that way, Constable Moselle.
Certainly glad to see you, Mr. Decker. For a little while just now, I didn't think I would.
How are you, Bucket? I guess I should have taken your last letter more seriously. I didn't know the people of Kanaska disliked me this much.
How long have you two known each other?
Quite a while.
You ain't curious, are you, about me and your pappy?
I'm curious about a lot of things.
Kanaska, she's the place for the questions and the answers. Me, I will go and look at the broken dam, huh?
How do you feel, Dad? We got a rough ride ahead of us.
Why, the bullet just creased my shoulder, son. I can make it.
Somebody must have been pretty desperate to blow up that dam above Little Bend.
Decker's plan to go to Kanaska certainly has started something. I wasn't so sure about it when he first told it to me.
I thought for a while it was a move on Decker's part to clear himself. It is possible he has all the Bailey gold by now.
On the other hand, Corporal Wayne approves of his father's plan. And now that we know where Bucket stands...
You're right, sir.
Here you are, Wayne. I'm your superintendent. You wait at the telegraph office for this reply, no? Yes, sir. Too many fake telegrams floating around Kanaska.
Bucket's exactly what he said he was. You're free to do as you wish, Dad.
Then I can go ahead with my plan.
No objections.
Now it's official. Come along, Taggart. You too, Bucket.
So far, so good.
Yes, and I'm certain we're after some organization rather than one man. And if Taggart's in it, as Dad thinks, why...
The trap for these men, whoever they are, has just been set.
How do you do, Miss Bailey?
Doing all right, Mr. Decker?
Hello, Lord.
Howdy, Mr. Decker. I hope your being here don't mean trouble for us.
Well, that depends upon you. If you continue to accuse me of murder, I'll sue you for criminal libel.
Suing and proving ain't the same.
That's right, Mackenzie. But all I have to prove is that you said I killed Tom Bailey. You've got to prove that I did it. You can't.
Even your own son can't be that sure of you, Mr. Decker.
Why is it that an old reprobate like Jackson Decker doesn't seem any older today than he did 20 years ago?
Conscience, or the complete lack of it, has nothing to do with looks, unfortunately. But a reprobate isn't necessarily a murderer. Dilly, I want you to stop playing amateur fortune teller and detective and come out to the mine with me.
Not till the murder of your father is solved, and I still believe Jackson Decker is behind it.
I'm not so sure. He didn't act like a guilty man just now. And I think the Mounted are closer to a solution than they're telling anyone.
That's the way it looks to me.
I would agree if the man in charge of the investigation were not Decker's son.
Maybe it's harder on him than it is us, Dilly.
Once a Decker, always a Decker.
So as advance man for the syndicate, I recommended that they buy your copper mine, Mr. Decker.
Just a minute, Mr. Decker. If I may make a suggestion, I wouldn't sell yet. Looks to me like we've got a better grade of copper than we anticipated, and there's plenty of it.
Well, I'm fed up with this country, Taggart, and I'm selling out. All my gold claims, as well as the Decker copper number 1.
Well, in that case, I don't think I'd like to transfer to any of your other properties. I like it here.
Don't let that worry you, Taggart. You're fired. You didn't push work on the copper mine, and you almost missed filing on any claims for me when gold was struck. Now, that's not the kind of an engineer I want.
Ain't much of a recommendation from me, Taggart.
What have you got to do with it?
Well, you see, it's this way. I'm taking over the copper mine for the syndicate right now. Ain't I?
All right, right out to the mine. Tell the men who the new boss is.
Have all the records ready to turn over to Bucket first thing in the morning.
The sooner the better. I found out about the Bailey nuggets just like you wanted, Mr. Decker.
You mean you found out where Miss Bailey got them?
From Corporal Wayne. He had more of that gold than he let people think.
Well, that won't help us any, but it certainly means that Mackenzie is comparing the Bailey samples with all the gold going through the mill.
Not quite yet, Dancer, if that's a forecast for Taggart. That's the second time I've drawn the death face on Taggart. Once price is usually enough. Why don't you be like your cards? They're not impatient.
Bunker stopped on his way to the mine. Said you were worried about the ore shipments on my boats. Large amount that has to be shipped just now, that's all.
Well, I think we can arrange it. Come into my office.
A fine mess you made of things. Decker firing you isn't going to help us any.
Well, what difference does it make as long as he doesn't suspect me? What worries me is how we're going to get the gold out of there without anybody being the wiser.
I told Bunker to have the men hide in the secret tunnel you dug to the Bailey pocket.
Well, what good will that do us?
You didn't let me finish. I also told Bunker to have the men sack up all the free gold.
We only have that done by now anyway.
Yeah, we're fighting for time. Bucket and Decker have got to be kept away from that mine.
Sure, but how?
By involving them in the Bailey murder.
We can do it, Price. We can do it easy.
Oh, perhaps you have possibilities I didn't suspect. What's your idea?
Wayne got June Bailey to start her mill in the first place to catch us.
That's right. To locate the source of any gold similar to the nuggets found on Bailey's body.
I took these two from where Bailey got his the other day.
And they certainly will be useful. With Miss Bailey's help.
We just got it out of the run.
Bailey gold, huh?
Lord Mackenzie compared it with the nuggets that you got from Bucket, and he says yes.
This Mackenzie, he's the good miner. I believe him.
What mine did this gold come from?
Decker number 3.
Have you seen my father today?
Mr. Decker, I do not see him today. No Bucket.
Let's go, Frenchie.
There they go to Decker number 3. And here we go to get the gold out of the Bailey pocket by way of Decker copper number 1. On our way here, we heard an explosion. Was this it?
Wouldn't be surprised. Sure was a big blast. The whole tunnel's caved in. You can't get in or out. Anybody in there? Not as far as we can figure. We pulled the 2 men out who did the job. They're over there.
Thanks.
Well, guess we're all right, son. Anybody see what happened?
I did. Them two was caught in the housing when the blast went off. Didn't figure their fuse right.
Well, how could you see inside the housing unless you were close to it?
I wasn't close to it, and I didn't see them. I found them there, out cold. Look what we got in their pockets.
The mine she's closed now, and the gold is inside.
It's obvious it was deliberately planned.
But of course, it will not be easy now to find out if the gold of this mine is the same as the Bailey's.
Jackson, Decker, and Latitude Bucket, I arrest you in the name of Her Gracious Majesty the Queen for the British Dominion of Canada and warn you that anything you say may be used as evidence against you. Mount up.
That was a mouthful of highfalutin words you spilled back there at the mine, Corporal.
But don't forget the British Empire stands behind them. Isn't that correct, son?
Absolutely, Dad.
About time to withdraw, ain't it?
Oh, later, maybe. Suppose you tell me how you both managed to get to the wrong place at the wrong time?
Well, you see, Taggart tipped me off to a new strike at Decker number 3. So your father and I decided to look into it.
We thought he was just making a play to get in the good graces of Bucket here, who's supposed to represent the syndicate taking over. Well, naturally, we didn't stop to think or suspect anything.
If Taggart knew we had samples of the Bailey nuggets at the mill to compare with the ore from the mines, and if he had any of the Bailey gold...
He himself could have planted what we found in the ore of Decker mine number 3.
He deliberately planned on killing you and Bucket in the blow-up.
These people who fixed the blow-up, did you see any of them?
The only thing I saw was stars, young fella. Nearest time I ever came to swallowing my cigar.
Well, at least playing guinea pig for Taggart has done some good.
It certainly has. He's overplayed his hand.
I'll enjoy watching you arrest him.
You won't be there. Take Dad and Bucket into Kanaska and book them for Bailey's murder.
Oh, you think he'll figure his plan worked even though he didn't kill us?
Nothing stupid about that.
Taggart wanted you out of the way and your number 3 mine suspected of being the original Bailey claim for only one reason.
So he could work without interference.
Where he's been working right along, Decker Copper Mine number 1.
The hideout out there. This is the only explanation why Grail, Kent, and Archer got away from us yesterday.
But not today. What happened? Who beat you up?
Grail and Kent and that Archer. I came in here to get my instruments, and I brought Bunker along with me so nobody could say I was trespassing.
They drove out with the pay dirt, the Bailey gold.
Look, there's a secret tunnel that leads from this mine into Bailey's.
Secret tunnel? Where's the entrance?
Through the tool house.
Grail's men, Nick and Red. They're setting a fuse to blow the tunnel.
Somebody's got to stop them.
Everything's working out just as you planned.
Yeah, but you better make sure Wayne doesn't live to tell about it anyway.
two, get up.
Any second now. Brace yourself.
Wayne told us to keep up appearances so Taggart won't suspect nothing.
Won't be necessary to arrest you then. Taggart isn't around. He also told me, as soon as I got you to here, for me, I am to go to Decker Kappa number 1 after him and Taggart.
Taggart sure knew what he was talking about. Wayne's headed for the copper mine, all right.
We have the gold from the pocket in the Bailey mine, so him finding the tunnel between the two don't matter now.
What else do you find, though, is what I don't like about this business.
Neither do I, but it's the only way we could cover our tracks.
Pretty tough on Taggart and Bunker, though.
Any minute now. How do you feel, Taggart?
I'm all right. I just hope this idea works, that's all.
How can it miss? Both of us beat up. Even though we had it done on purpose, it looks like it's on a level.
I hope you're right.
Wayne believes it. That's why he's falling into our trap instead of us falling into his.
All right, you two, get up.
Wayne ain't dead. You can bet he's buried alive.
With the gold out of here and Wayne gone, we're safe.
Uh-oh. Here comes our chance to find out.
So, Grail, Kent, and Archer beat us up, and made off with all the free gold from the Bailey pocket.
What? They dig a secret tunnel from the Decker's mine to where the gold it was in Bailey mine?
That's it exactly. As for Wayne, he probably got his when he left us to go back and arrest the two men who stayed to blow the tunnel.
I thought maybe you'd be showing up here. I come from the nowhere, and you were expecting me. How do you figure this way out? That tunnel Wayne was in down the mine here was blocked off both ways. But Wayne, how do you also know about him? You go in through the Decker copper mine and you come out through the Bailey mine. And the tunnel, she's blocked both ends.
There was dynamite in the tunnel, so I blasted myself an exit, used the Bailey end because it looked easier, and it was.
And the two men that were there, what about them?
They didn't set the explosion. The man who killed them set it.
Wait a minute. That's what happened. Grail's the murderer. He took Red and Nick in there, told him he wanted to show him what to do.
These two men, what about them?
Taggart and Bunker are in the clear. They're lucky to be alive.
What is it you want me to do with them now?
Take them to Sergeant Nelson, let them tell their story, and release them. Leave my horse.
No wonder Dad was murdered. That must be where he got the ore that he gave to you.
I'm sure of it. I'm also sure Tom didn't find the pocket next to that vein till after I was on my way to Vancouver.
From what we now know, I'd say Mr. Bailey's murderer killed him just after he discovered the pocket.
Well, how do you figure that way?
The pocket of free gold. Wealth that can be taken without mining. Known only to the killer. It's a perfect motive.
It also explains the secret tunnel to the Decker mine.
Yeah, but why did you let Taggart and Bunker go?
I'm not so sure if Bunker had anything to do with it. After all, he was only Taggart's straw boss in the copper mine.
Well, then you suspect Taggart?
Well, who else had the opportunity he had to watch your father?
Well, no one. He was always hounding Dad to sell the mill to your father.
Trying to buy an ore mill and murdering to steal a gold mine are two very different types of transactions.
Of course, but if you suspect Taggart, why don't you arrest him?
Simply because suspicion isn't proof.
Well, how are you going to get that proof?
By scaring Taggart into the open.
Telegraph the order at once. From Superintendent McDonald. Yes. Mr. Sergeant Ledoux transmitting.
Well, that should do as Corporal Wayne wishes.
It certainly should, sir. But I hardly think he expects such a large blockade.
Why use halfway measures when a ruthless murderer is trying to get away, taking $500,000 to $1 million worth of gold with him?
Good coffee.
Yeah. Say, Bunker, does this mean we're stuck here with the gold?
Unless we can smuggle it south.
Too risky with the Mounties all looking for it.
What does Price say?
Hide the gold, and yourselves with it. Me and Taggart to make sure nobody picks up your trail.
What about Wayne suspecting you and Taggart?
We're in the clear. Except for talk about Wayne being sure he's going to find a lead in the Bailey mine. It's being dug out.
We've dug out the cave-in and the tunnel's clear all the way to the vein. We'll start mining again in the morning.
That's what Wayne will want to hear.
You're expecting him, aren't you?
He should be here by now.
Maybe the blockade's holding him up.
Maybe. Anyway, I'll drive in and tell him.
Comes now, remember, don't hurt her.
Sure, all we want from her is what she's taken to Wayne from the tunnel being cleared.
That's what I was driving in to tell you.
I thought so. Taggart wanted to get the clue he thinks Mackenzie found at the tunnel. I've got all Kanaskas speculating about what it is.
Well, you didn't expect to move like this, did you?
Of course not, but I've got Taggart on the run and I've got to keep him that way.
What now?
Madame Mysterioso is our next move.
never expected to see this.
Now that it doesn't help anymore, we've dropped the charge against Bucket and Dad.
This doesn't mean, June, that I've changed my opinion concerning Mr. Decker. Not until he disproves it. But I must admit that he seems to be trying to do it.
So one of these days, Dilly, you're going to be very much ashamed of yourself and apologize to me.
I have yet to be ashamed of myself, which is more than you can say.
Right now, it doesn't matter what you two think of each other.
That's right. The catching of Taggart and the men with him and the recovery of Miss Bailey's gold. Those are the things that are important.
How about you, Frenchie?
Me? The blockade. She's about to be inspected by Constable Moselle.
This guy gets sent here fast. I gave one of the handbills to Bucket and told him to keep it secret.
You get out of here, Bucket, and stay out.
Feeling kind of uppity since Decker hired you back, ain't you?
Oh, sure you know about that, huh?
Yes, changed his mind about selling to my people.
All the more reason for you to stay out of here.
Well, I'm going in a minute. We work for two different outfits, that's all. But I seem to have gotten mixed up in this Bailey murder somehow, the same as you. Here, have you seen this?
Had a straight clue to the murder.
You mean the clue Mackenzie found in the mine?
Yeah, that report's all over town.
Well, you see, it's like this. The fortune teller is a friend of June Bailey's. She don't like the idea of me and Decker being turned loose, and figures that the gold blockade will make somebody want to talk.
How good a lead was it Mackenzie found?
Must be pretty good, or I'd still be behind bars. Funny, ain't it? The Mounties don't seem to get anywhere for a while, but when they do, well, I'll be seeing you.
Bring me the proof, Mr. Taggart, of what you just said, and I'll give you the money.
Isn't my sworn testimony proof enough?
Not unless you have someone to support it. Otherwise, it would just be your word against someone else's.
Oh, yes. I see. Well, in that case, I'll bring you the proof.
Do you think he swallowed the bait? He seemed so sure of what he was saying.
Yes, didn't he?
Everything's just the way you like it.
Well, Bunker.
Price in?
Nowhere else these days. Three times and out. I'm glad I'm not Taggart.
Wayne found a lead in the Bailey tunnel and stopped my men from getting it.
What sort of lead?
I couldn't find out, but it might tie to me. That's why I went to Mysterioso's.
Who'd you find?
Bunker. She wouldn't take my word for it.
All she wants is proof, and we can manufacture it for her.
And that's the story that Taggart told Madame Mysterioso.
It's clever because it's plausible.
Probably it's true.
One thing is certain. The proof of who killed June's father lies in Taggart's statement.
He's a liar trying to get out from under by blaming someone else.
Where's Taggart now?
I saw him go to the Yukon Palace.
Dancer, I'll have him forge a confession in Bunker's handwriting. You can collect the $25,000 with it, then kill Bunker. And Wayne is just where he started.
Taggart?
Let me handle this.
I charge you with the murder of Thomas Bailey. It's also my duty to inform you that any statement you make may be used as evidence against you.
You'll use my statement all right, but not against me, against somebody else. What'll you price?
Taggart asked my advice, and I told him to see you.
In that case, I certainly got here on time.
If you desire privacy, Corporal, you're welcome to use my office.
This place is as good as any for a showdown. The blockade stopped you from getting away with the gold, Taggart.
If I had that gold, I'd keep it till it hatched.
Not after you heard that Mackenzie found evidence in the Bailey tunnel. So you tried to get it from June.
I'm hearing that now for the first time.
You were scared. You needed the cash to get away, so you went to Madame Mysterioso.
I have information regarding the murder. She's willing to pay $25,000 reward for it. Why shouldn't I go to her?
You went to get the cash to save yourself. And you figured to stop me looking for you by shifting the blame to Bunker.
Take it easy, Bunker. The corporal ain't arresting you.
Madame Mysterioso and Miss Bailey, who was a witness, told me exactly what you said. You shouldn't have accused Bunker. Bunker wasn't in Kanaska at the time of the murder.
Oh, no? You mean he pretended he wasn't in Canasta?
The mounted police can prove that Bunker was never in or near Canasta before his arrival, and 3 days after Bailey's body was found.
All right, Wayne. You showed your ace.
Here's another. You went to great detail with Madame Mysterioso describing Bailey's murder the night he found the free gold. You were telling the truth. You were there. The clue I got from Mackenzie will prove that.
Now it's my turn. Good one, everybody. You may get me, but Wayne goes too. All right, come on.
People. I never thought Taggart would prove to be the murderer of your father, Miss Bailey.
I can understand that, Mr. Decker.
There's no doubt he's guilty, but proving it depends upon your son's plan to force him into making a move to convict himself.
He made his mistake when he went to Madame Mysterioso and accused Bunker.
Taggart should have blamed someone else. He forgot that Bunker didn't come to Canasta until some days after the murder.
Good one, everybody. You may get me, but Wayne goes too. All right, come on.
That card showed 3 times for Taggart. 3 bullets.
Thanks, Bunker.
Forget it. You tried to hang Bailey's murder on me. Seems to me, Corporal, you let him make his play.
I had to. It was the only way to make him condemn himself.
You mean by that you didn't have the proof?
Taggart believed I did, and that's what really scared him into the corner.
I call that bluffing for keeps.
So Bunker was primarily interested in silencing Taggart rather than in saving me.
And if Bunker is an accomplice of Taggart's, it could be an attempt on his part to divert suspicion.
That's probably right, Dad.
What are you going to do now? Let him hang himself?
If he will.
How about Bull Andrews?
All we know about him is he's Price's table guard.
Well, what about Price?
He could be involved. Moving the gold on one of his riverboats would be very easy, providing there was no blockade.
Well, if Price ties into this, so does Dancer. More suspects, but no more evidence. Are you sure there wasn't anything on Taggart?
The entire contents of his pockets is over on that desk, Sergeant.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Well, what are you going to do?
I tried to make it plain to Bunker without being obvious that I didn't suspect him.
Well, if he believes you, I may be of some assistance, because after all, Bunker does work for me, and he's got to go through the motions of being honest.
I hadn't overlooked that fact, Dad. It's a natural check on him. And if he doesn't give himself away, we've got to encourage him.
So the fact remains, Price. You knew Taggart was trying to blame Bailey's murder on me.
As I told you before, Wayne arrived before I could do anything about it. You saw what happened. Taggart walked right into the hole Wayne had dug for him.
Yeah? Just about the size of a coffin. Well, it worked out okay for me, though.
I'd say Wayne figures me in the clear. Apparently, but if I were you, I'd take a look at this handbill now and again to remind myself how smart he is. He caught Taggart with it. That's right. I'll let Grill, Ken, and Archer take a squint at it. Not a bad idea. Guarding so much gold may prove too much of a temptation for them. You think it's safe to ride out to him after I report to Deckard? I want you to tell him my proposition as soon as possible.
Watch out for Frenchy Moselle. I understand Wayne has him scouting.
Going out, Mr. Decker, to see some more mines?
Yes, there's a claim for sale that Bunker thinks I ought to see.
Any luck, Frenchy? The gold, she's nowhere. Grail, Kent, and Archer, I can't find no traces of them. But in Kanaska, what's happening about Taggart?
Taggart is dead. There's no doubt that he murdered Bailey. Wayne will tell you about it.
This I want to hear the most. Wayne, I meet your father with Bunker. He tells me you have the news for me about Taggart.
I've got more news than that for you, Frenchie. Bad news. I found this in Dad's office a moment ago.
Corporal Wayne, I've been with Taggart too long for you not to figure I was in with him. It ain't true, but I'm not waiting around to have you find it out. Your dad is with me. Don't try to follow, or it will be too bad for him. Otherwise, he's safe. Bunker.
Well, I left a note like I said. He brought him here to cover for me. Lucky I did, too, meeting Frenchy. Are you taking Decker with you? No, I'm pulling out of here by myself. Unless one of you wants to try to run the blockade with me.
The amount of gold you can take in them saddlebags ain't worth the effort.
Not when you consider the amount we'd have to leave and the risk we took getting it.
Are you leaving Decker here as is?
The poorest investment I ever made, Archer, when I loaned you money.
Shut up. Having him as hostage ain't gonna hurt none.
It won't help you either. Wayne will do his job.
You let us worry about that, Decker. He'll come in handy.
We're all wanted men, regardless of the gold. And having him here will protect whichever one has to go to make the arrangements.
That's right. Sneak into Kanaska tonight. Otherwise, somebody might figure he ain't gonna get his share and talk.
Yeah. And say, Bunker, you're clear of the Mounties. Why not stay here?
If this was all that was in the deal, yeah. But I don't trust some people. You do. So I'm making a break for the States. The Mounties are thicker than flies around molasses. They've got every trail. I'll get through.
And if you don't?
That'll be my hard luck. Ours, too. I don't squeal.
That ain't what Archer meant. They'll find the Bailey gold on you.
What does it matter as long as I can't find where it came from?
All right, Bunker. We'll trust you.
Thanks. I figured you would. I mean, I couldn't take chances, even with you.
Pulling out of the Klondike bunker? Get down. Sure tough, ain't it? Getting this far and running into me, ain't it?
Sure is. I thought I was clear of the blockade.
Well, you might be at that. Meeting me ain't the same as meeting Wayne.
What do you mean, Bucket?
There we go. Sold out chief, didn't you?
Yeah, so you ain't making as good a haul as you figured, maybe.
Oh, there's lots more where this came from.
You doing me in or let me go?
And I can get in and out of Kanaska without any trouble. Where's the rest of it?
Killing me won't help you find out. And I ain't talking.
Suppose I turn you over to Wayne. He'll want to ask you about his father.
That's right, Bucket.
What about my father?
You'd better treat me right if you ever want to see him again.
You'd have done better listening to me do the questioning.
I'd like to arrest you, Bucket, but there's nothing I can charge you with.
No, there ain't. I'm just after the reward offered by Madame Mysteriosa.
I wonder. You're implicated in at least 3 murders as well as taking my father.
I helped steal the gold and I got your father. But I ain't no murderer.
Holding Dad isn't going to help you any, Bunker. That's not the way the Northwest Mounted Police work. Bucket, you get out of here.
Yes, sirree.
It's a bad situation, Dilly. Bunker won't tell Wayne anything.
Yes, and it's very probable that his capture adds to Mr. Decker's danger.
I don't think so. Bunker's arrest isn't generally known.
Indeed? Then why don't you try to talk to Bunker?
Me?
Yes, you. You ought to be pretty lonely about now in that jail.
He isn't in the jail. He's in a shack under guard. Wayne put him there so that no one in the town would know that he'd been captured.
Well, that should make it easier for you, shouldn't it?
Well, I'll try.
Nothing would please me more than to make Jackson Decker pay you the reward for rescuing him, as well as for the recovery of your own gold.
Plenty more where those came from, Dancer, if you're interested.
Nice-looking free gold. Where do I fit in?
Well, being a gambler, I thought you'd jump at the chance of cashing in on something real big.
What's the deal?
Getting a ton or two of that stuff out of the country.
Why can't you do that yourself?
Police blockade.
I can't get through that any better than you can.
Sure you can.
Oh,
Various ways.
well, name them.
How about getting it aboard of one of Price's boats without him knowing?
And get him in a jam? That's out.
Well, there must be some other way.
What?
Well, that's for you to figure out. That's why I'm willing to cut you in.
Where does this gold come from?
Bailey's original strike.
Oh, so that's it.
Yeah, run into Bunker before Corporal Wayne nabbed him.
Bunker's been arrested?
Yep.
And he told you where the Bailey gold is hidden?
Not yet, but I'm sure he will.
I'll stick to cards.
You're passing up a good thing.
I said I wasn't interested.
Not a chance of changing your mind?
Not a chance. Glad you got here, Grail. Bunker's in the lockup.
How do you know?
Bunker just told me.
Wayne sure managed to keep it a secret.
How about Bunker trying to save his own neck by testifying for the Crown?
Lucky I came in here when I did. But let's talk about us first.
What do you mean?
Why should Kent Archer and me bring that gold in here to you and Bunker's liable to give you away? Doesn't matter what he says about us three, and we've got Decker.
Suppose I can show you the only way to get the gold safely past the blockade.
What about Bunker?
Bunker can be made to eliminate himself.
Hey, Bunker.
I never thought I'd see you again, but you got here just right.
Yeah, why?
Wayne and French are coming back to grill me. You gotta do something. They claim I killed the Rock, the Assayer, and old Tim.
Well, you did, didn't you?
I sure wish I'd listened to you in the first place.
Well, you listen to me now, and you'll be all right. So I'll fire shots to attract them just as they start in.
And I'll finish it.
And so the guard, she's after Bunker's friends.
They didn't help Bunker any.
This is very funny. They give him the gun, and they don't shoot the guard.
Funnier than that, Frenchy. He fired at me point blank and missed.
The answer, she is here, Wayne. These are the blanks.
Blank cartridges.
Let me see.
Whoever gave him that gun, Frenchy, wanted him killed.
Said he was helping me.
Who?
Grail. Kind of. Bailey Gold. Decker. Hidden Canyon. Cabin. Bridge.
take care of him, Frenchie. I'm going after Grail and Dad. What are you two doing here?
We was just following Grail, independent-like. But we lost him and joined forces.
Well, his hideout's up in the hidden canyon beyond the old suspension bridge.
You'll have to go across on foot.
I know it.
All set. Sure lucky, though. We moved all the gold while you were in town.
Sure is. How about the bridge?
I said all set. That means the gadget on the bridge, too. Anyone trying to cross it now is going to wish they hadn't.
Taggart was Bailey's murderer. Bunker worked with Taggart. They're both dead. And now Corporal Wayne is on the trail of the lost Bailey gold that caused all the trouble.
Well, now, if Wayne recovers the gold and takes the men who were with it, that closes the case. And a good job done.
All set. Sure lucky, though. We moved all the gold while you were in town.
Sure is. How about the bridge?
I said all set. That means the gadget on the bridge, too. Anyone trying to cross it now is going to wish they hadn't.
the same way.
I wonder what's happened to Bucket. Oh, here he is.
Like a bad penny, June, I'm sure to turn up. That current took me out a little further than it did you. I'm glad you came through all right, Bucket. Oh, I'm just a little wetter than I was before.
Let's hope our luck holds out and we find your father.
And your gold, too, Miss Bailey. The cabin Bunker described is on this side of the river. Let's try to find it.
Kent and Archer made off with the gold while Grail was in Kanaska.
Were you able to find out where they planned on taking it, Dad?
No, they themselves seemed very undecided. There was a big argument when Grail got back.
What about?
Well, it seems he made a deal with somebody to run the gold through your blockade. But Kent and Archer wouldn't approve of it.
What was your reason?
Well, they were afraid they wouldn't get their share of the loot.
I don't suppose any name was mentioned.
No, but from what I did manage to overhear, I'm convinced the person is in Kanaska.
Well, that's what we've been certain of all along, isn't it, Wayne?
I'm sorry I wasn't able to learn more, and I'm certainly sorry I let Bunker fool me the way he did.
Well, he got away with that because you were anxious to help recover the stolen Bailey gold.
Well, that's what we're all working for.
I have an idea that may help us do it. Didn't you say that the three of them were afraid of being double-crossed, Dad?
Yes, it seemed to me that Grail was siding with the man in Kanaska, whereas Kent and Archer wouldn't trust him.
Didn't Grail say anything about Bunker?
Not a word.
I thought so. Suppose we prove to Kent and Archer that Grail deliberately killed Bunker.
Yes, that would make them even more suspicious of Grail and the other man.
And have them fighting among themselves.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it, Wayne?
Bunker, one of the men involved in the theft of June Bailey's gold, was killed last night. Bunker tried to shoot his way out of jail with a revolver loaded with blank cartridges. It is believed that the weapon was given him by Grail and was a deliberate move to compel the mounted police to shoot in self-defense. The plan succeeded and Bunker died before he could confess.
That's the answer to why Archer and Kent haven't brought in the gold.
Why should that stop them, Grail? We were protecting them as well as ourselves.
I know that answer, but they don't see things that way.
Wayne, it's smarter than I thought.
What do you mean, Price?
How much talk went on in front of Decker when you had him in that shack?
Not much.
How much?
Well, he heard Bunker say that he wouldn't stick with us because he didn't trust the other party in the deal.
How about Archer and Kent? Did they gab too?
Well, I guess Decker knows they won't tell us where they've got the gold until they're satisfied we're not going to double-cross them.
Just as I thought. Wayne knows we're squabbling among ourselves, and that somebody here in Kanaska is interested in the Bailey gold. Somebody. That's me.
Yes, but Wayne doesn't know your name. Yours either.
Wayne did. Price and me would be in jail by now. Or maybe dead.
Our killing Bunker's been played up to cause Kent and Archer to wonder if the same thing might happen to them.
Well, I can straighten them out, provided you tell me how you're going to handle the gold and how you're going to get us out of the country.
Can you get in touch with them?
Sure, we arranged a meeting place in case things got too hot.
It would be dangerous having Grail running around in the open.
I know that. But it'll be even more dangerous having Kent and Archer trying to break through the police blockade.
Maybe you're right. But not according to the cut. Death Ace.
Well, I don't believe in that bunk.
Same thing happened before Taggart died.
Yes, but in a game you can deal me that bullet any time. It's helped win a lot of pots for me.
As I told you before, Dancer and I had decided not to let anybody know how we're going to get the Bailey gold into the States. But this move on Wayne's part forces us to change our plans.
They're waiting for something to happen. It's bad for the indigestions.
I'm glad you put that in the plural, Frenchie. Look down there. It's Grail.
Kent and Archer. They stopped him with the revolvers. They hold him.
Maybe our plan's getting results after all. They've gone behind the rocks.
We knew we wouldn't free Bunker, and we couldn't take a chance on his talking. That's why I agreed with Price. But for you as much as for me, this way we still have a chance for the gold.
That ain't the way the newspaper tells it. How do you know Bunker would have talked?
They told Wayne the way to the cabin. But with Price in the clear, we still have a chance. But if they ever tie him up to us, we're sunk. Just so to what he says, Kent.
I don't trust Price any further than I can see him. We've had plenty of time to do some thinking. And before we deliver the gold to tell you where it is, there's some questions to be answered.
Straight answers. I know how you feel, and I don't blame you a bit.
How's Price going to get the gold out of the country while a police inspection of all ore shipments is going on?
Easy.
What's these $20 US gold pieces got to do with it?
Everything. Dancer and Price made them out of that little gold I gave them the other night.
You mean a counterfeit?
That's pure gold. Better than the real thing.
Where'd they get the dies?
Dancer?
I knew Dancer was pretty good at forgery, but I didn't know he could make phony dies.
Those are government dies. Dancer's had them a couple of years, but this is the first time he's had a chance to use them.
Nobody will ever think of looking for Bailey's gold in these gold pieces.
When we get them in the States, we melt them into bullion and splits profits.
You'll have to go a long way to beat a setup like that.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Sounds perfect to me, but for one thing.
What's that?
How do we know we'll get our split when we turn over the gold?
That's right. We won't be needed anymore.
The horses. Why don't you get them?
We don't need them, Frenchie.
Grail, Archer, and Ken. We don't want them neither.
We have much more important business.
The money. What is she?
A brand new American $20 gold piece I just picked up here, but dated 1896.
$20. She's not important.
Ah, but this 20 is, and I have a hunch it's going to lead us to a lot more.
I am very sorry, but this I do not understand.
Oh, yes, you do, Frenchie. Remember what I told you about Bucket the other day? The coin is made of solid gold. No alloys have been used, Bucket.
Clever scheme to get the Bailey gold through the blockade.
If I had known the date on the die is stolen from the San Francisco mill, I never would have suspected a thing.
How did you find out about that, Wayne?
From Bucket.
Me and the Mounties have been working together ever since Wayne got into Canasket.
Well, I'm beginning to understand a lot of things.
Bucket is from the United States Treasury Department, Dad. He's been on the trail of the die that made that coin and has been sure all along that they're right here in town.
Seems as though he knew what he was talking about.
We've learned that he usually does, Mr. Decker. Thank you, Sergeant.
I suppose you know your man in Kanaska.
Grab Dancer at the Yukon Palace.
Unfortunately, we can't prove that he has the die, so we can't arrest him on that charge.
The cigar back and forth in your mouth. She tells me you know something we do not know, n'est-ce pas?
We? The reports have come through on all the forgeries found in this case.
Checked by the United States as well as by headquarters. Well, one of them letters wasn't a forgery, but was in the handwriting of a man I know has the dies. Eddie Clare, Dancer's real name. And Clare is a forger, among other dubious accomplishments.
Archer's in the office, Dancer.
I know.
Refuses to turn over the rest of the gold. Wants me to give him the dies so he and Kent can turn out the coins themselves.
What's the idea?
Says the only way they can be sure to get their cut.
Are you going to let him get away with it?
Certainly not. Where's Grail?
Lying low, in the hold.
Grail knows where Kent and Archer are hid out.
Too bad he doesn't know where the gold is.
Tell Grail to get back there ahead of Archer and make it look like an accident.
What about Ken?
Kent's Archer's protection here. If Archer doesn't get back by a certain time, Kent goes to Wayne.
Those two are smarter than I thought.
Yeah, just smart enough to make it extra tough for us. And don't forget, Wayne is mainly responsible for the attitude.
I won't let Grail forget it either.
I'm through arguing, Archer. Either you play my way or we don't play.
You're in no position to tell me what to do.
That's why you're wrong. Dancer and I are in the clear.
If the gold pieces are examined, you won't be sitting so pretty.
What can anyone say if I claim they came over the gambling tables?
I want those dies.
Kill me and we'll both lose. You'll never get out of here alive.
Don't open it.
I've got to. It's not locked.
Don't forget, I got you covered.
The Mounties are arresting Dancer. Back to your hideout. Stay there till you hear from me.
What charges have you against me?
Extradition for the United States by your right name, Eddie Clare. Here's the telegraphic request.
I'm Eddie Clare, but what's all this about forgery and dives for a $20 gold piece?
Sergeant Nelson can tell you all about that.
There must be some mistake, Corporal, but I'd be only too happy to go with you.
Was Dancer's man. It was either his life or yours.
Thanks, Price.
I come in the back way. I hear the shootings.
Oh.
I come in Price's office, and Archer, he trips me.
Archer? What was he doing here?
He had a gun on me when Charlie came to tell me about you and Dancer. He left the room. I thought he'd gone.
What did he want?
Well, he wanted me to go with him out to Kent, their hideout.
The hideout, huh? Where is she?
The old shack, Pine Flats. He claims Grail was double-crossing he and Kent.
Oh, a deal, huh?
Yeah, wanted quick cash for her. He and Kent had the gold hidden.
Maybe this is the break I've been looking for. Thanks again, Price.
This should just about clear you and Grail, shouldn't it?
It should. Providing Dancer told Grail what to do before Wayne came.
He did. Grail got out of here in a hurry.
Good. In that case, Wayne is welcome to what he finds.
Everything went wrong.
Calm down. Come inside.
Just as Andrews was going to shoot Wayne, Price killed Andrews.
Grail knows we're here, don't he?
Yeah, and he'll tell Price.
And with Price trying to play innocent, he'll tell Wayne.
He did.
This is no place for us.
Yes, I expect the Kanaska case to be closed any time now. Corporal Wayne has proved who killed Miss Bailey's father. And in cooperation with Latitude Bucket, the U.S. Treasury operator, he has also identified Dancer, the forger, as Claire, Eddie Claire, the man with the stolen dies for the 1896 $20 gold piece. No, the dies and the million in gold are still missing. Of course. I'll keep you informed.
More information from Sergeant Nelson in Kanaska, sir.
What is it?
Corporal Wayne and Constable Moselle have reason to believe they found the stolen gold.
Archer, Kent, and Grail with it, I hope.
They're following Archer and Kent, sir.
Just as Andrews was going to shoot Wayne, Price killed Andrews.
Grail knows we're here, don't he?
Yeah, and he'll tell Price.
And with Price trying to play innocent, he'll tell Wayne.
He did.
This is no place for us.
We walk into that one.
But also we walked out, huh?
That explosion wasn't meant for us, French. It was meant for Kent and Archer.
Oh, someone he's afraid they will talk.
Someone named Price, I think. And Kent and Archer are going to suspect him of trying to kill him after this.
Don't be in such a hurry, Grail. Look, there was Kent and me and Wayne and Frenchie. Just who we were trying to blow up.
I'd sure be smart, wouldn't I? Putting you two guys where you couldn't tell me where the gold's hidden.
Plenty smart. Providing you and Price figured you could save yourself by getting rid of us, gold or no gold.
Wayne may suspect Price, but that's no proof. He can arrest you, but not for murder like he can us.
Now, those are facts. What do you want to do about it?
Tell Price he either pays us off, or we go to Madame Mysterioso.
We can tell her where the gold is, all about Price, and get that $25,000 reward from her.
In cash. The kind of money you can spend, even though there is a blockade.
What's to keep Price from going to Madame Mysterioso himself?
What can he tell her that she don't already know? Unless he confesses.
If Price pays you off so you can get out with cash, what's in it for him? And me?
Well, we keep our mouths shut and tell you where the gold is.
Price has the dice for making U.S. 20s. You'll have the gold.
Well, that's fair enough.
So this plan we're starting now is the real reason why Frenchie and I didn't follow Grail, Kent, and Archer after the explosion. What did Madame Mysterioso have to say?
Just what you expected. She'll do it. And now I suppose I'm to go back to the mine and stay there with Lois.
Nowhere else. In a day or so, get yourself involved with Price in an argument over freight rates.
Well, that won't be unusual.
I suppose you want more money from me.
$25,000 more, Dad. I'm going to have Madame Mysterioso double the reward. You bothered Price, too. See him about shipping some of your copper ore.
Price isn't going to have time to know that we suspect him, is he?
That's the idea, Dad. This is where you come in, Bucket.
Me? I'm really an expert at double-crossing folks, I am. And that's not what my pappy owed.
Get Price to put you on in Dancer's place, with Charlie as a fill-in, as he always was. Price knows that you're good, so don't tell him what your pappy thinks about you.
My pappy always told us buckets, there were 10 or 11 of us, do your duty regardless of anybody's insults.
Well, that's it.
I hope you approve, sir.
I certainly do.
The reasoning, she's very much perfect. Kent and Archer, they will be very anxious.
They have the most to lose. They're murderers.
While Grail, he will go to prison, which is not so bad.
At least we have evidence against him, but Price is in the clear unless this plan works.
All this plan, we must make it work for us very hard.
As soon as those new handbills are printed, provided we keep the blockade tight, it seems to me we're going to scare one or the other of them to Mysterioso's.
nothing she's happening. The reward, so much money, she goes begging.
This town thinks you're on the blockade patrol. And if anyone sees you here,
I am tired to be hiding around here.
no more tired than Wayne, riding in and out of town at all hours, pretending to be looking for the gold.
Pretending. Everybody she's pretending and nothing she's happening.
Charlie?
All right, I guess. I'm backing the way you told me to.
Charlie can't make the cards talk yet like you can. But last week they certainly started to squeal.
Mister, I can make them cards sing the Maple Leaf forever if I want to. Boss in?
Yeah.
Which way you dealing me? In or out?
How would you deal it?
Wayne?
Don't you wish it was? You're going where Bucket's just gone.
What's the matter, Joe? You look frozen.
She is. You freeze too.
I can't read the future, but I'm willing to predict that things are going to happen.
You're right on time with that one, ma'am. How about this?
So far, excellent.
Well, I better get back to Mysterioso. I left her bound and gagged.
Well, you're sure Kent and Archer don't suspect us?
Well, why should they? I told them you could pay me, but not them, so their deal was off. But when I told them you were willing to sacrifice the gold to shut them up...
You showed them Mysterioso's handbill.
When they saw the reward was doubled and just for information about the gold, that did it.
Well, get busy. We don't want to disappoint Kent and Archer.
Frenchie should have reported by this time.
Bucket, too, for that matter.
If they don't show up in a few minutes, I'm going looking for them.
Wayne's with the sergeant, they're good.
How about Frenchie?
Not showing.
I'd feel a lot better if he was there, too.
So would I, but this is it. Let's go see Mysterioso and get out of here.
But I thought there'd be no questions asked.
Correct, sir. Just write out what you know. Fold it. I don't want to see it. If Corporal Wayne finds the gold where you say it is, come back here and I'll give you the money. $50,000.
Come back here, you mean, and walk right into the hands of the Mounties?
No such thing, I assure you. But I must admit you'll have to take my word.
Kent!
I heard you. Do what she says.
I'll take that paper.
I did exactly what that man wanted. He promised me he wouldn't harm you if I did.
Never believe a crook.
He would have killed me, too, if you hadn't come in just then.
Who was it? Where's Frenchie?
He took Frenchie. Frenchie called him Grail.
Took Frenchie where?
I don't know, except that he said Bucket was lonely.
Bucket was at the Yukon Palace. I'm going over there. You better get to see Sergeant Nelson.
Wayne's all I need to make this a perfect picture. I don't know what made your boat ground on this side of the river just now, but you're getting it off for me. Sit down.
Excellent to have done so far, Grail. Now untie me.
Come over here where I can keep an eye on you.
This is no time to try and get smart. The crew's gone. The fire will be up from below in no time. Corporal Wayne?
Yes.
A fellow named Grail asked me to give you this.
You were going to use the fire to play hero. I'm going to use it to make Wayne think I died along with all the rest of you.
What can you do without me?
You're not so smart, Price. You had me do all your dirty work tonight.
Who can prove it?
Mysterioso. I couldn't finish it because Wayne arrived.
Then you didn't get the location of the gold.
Written down just like you wanted. And Kent and Archer dead into the bargain.
Then you're still sick. You can turn that gold into cash with the dice I got from Dancer?
Sure, but not with your help. You figured on getting the location of the gold from me, kill me, release those others in there, blame everything on me, have the dies and the gold and be in the clear. Where are those dies?
I've got the gold and Dancer's dies. Now we'll untie Wayne's friends, and we're in the clear.
Drop the gun, Price. What you just said and did condemns you. You're under arrest. You too, Charlie.
So, with the confessions of Price and Charlie, that closes the case. June's gold was taken to the mill today.
I've been waiting for this, and I must admit that I've learned a lesson. How about you?
So have I. And I'm only too glad to confess that I was wrong about you.
My pappy always told me the Mounties always get what they go after.
And your pappy was right, Bucket. Don't you think so, June?
Yes, if you say so, Wayne.
This is what I get for being the constable. The corporal, he always gets the first words.
Yes, but when the ladies go after their men, even the corporal in the mounted doesn't stand a chance.